Hello and welcome to Sylvia the Slithering Snake. And there she is right there. Oh, she is a cute little snake. Look at that. Nice, cute little green, big old forehead, bubbly eyes. Oh, very cute. Hey, this is an on your own problem. So you should have solved the entire problem on your own, and now you're watching this video just to make sure you did everything correctly. Without further ado, let us move on to our scenario. Ezekiel needed a serpent to complete his animal exhibit. He found Sylvia the Slithering Snake and decided that she was the perfect serpent for his exhibit. Ezekiel has trapped Sylvia within the irregular prism below. She is his number one attraction, so Ezekiel does not want to let her go. You are her only hope of escape. Solve for the volume of this trap, and Ezekiel will be forced to release Sylvia, the Slithering Snake, to the rainforest. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started solving this problem. And the first thing I want to do is write the formula for volume. Volume equals length times width times height. And in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the face, right, of the irregular polygon, the face, and we're going to solve for the area of that because area is really just length times width, right? So if we do length times width, or if we actually substitute length times width with the surface area of this irregular polygon, the two-dimensional polygon, and then all we have to do is multiply it by the height, or we could also think of this as the depth, right? And that will give us our volume. So I'm going to rewrite this as V equals A times height, okay? So let's go ahead and start to solve for the area of this irregular polygon right here. And I'm going to enlarge this. And the very first thing we've got to do is figure out all of our measurements, right? So for this first box, I'm gonna break this box here. So I've got one triangle here and one rectangle here, right? And I've got the measurements for the rectangle because the height is 10 here. And if this from here to that corner there is 29.5, I know that this from here to here is also 29.5. So I can simply multiply 29.5 times 10. And that's super simple because when I multiply anything times 10, I'm just going to move that decimal over one place. And the area of this front rectangle here will be 295. So let's go ahead and write that in there, 295. And that is the area of this front rectangle right there, okay? So now we'll add that to the triangle here, right? But before we can do that, we've got to figure out the height and the base. Now the height we do have, that is 18, right? But the base we don't know because this 37.5 is all the way from this tip all the way to here, and we only want from this tip to this tip, right? But if from here to here, right, is the same as this 19.5, because this is 19.5, this is 19. I'm saying that wrong. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay, from here to here is 29.5. That means this is also 29.5. And that means from here to this point is 29.5. So we can take the 37.5 and subtract 29.5, and we'll get this area here. Let's do that right now. And right here we have it. 37.5 minus 29.5 will give us exactly 8. So this base along here is 8. So we can plug that in there. And let's just write this, how about in white? So we're going to just go 8. So that means that for this section here, for the triangular section here, we are going to use the formula for a triangle, which is A equals base times height divided by 2, right? So that means we've got A equals 8 times 18. So I'm going to just write 18 times 8 divided by 2, right? So let's go ahead and do 18 times 8. And 8 times 8 is going to give you 64. I'm going to do this in red. I'm going to drop the 4, carry the 6, and then you've got 8 times 1, which is 8, plus 6 is going to give you 14. So I'm going to drop the 4 and the 1, and that's all goes above the 2. So 144 divided by 2. And we just need to put the A equals there. And then our final problem or answer for the surface area, we'll do in black again. And that's going to be A equals, and it's 144 divided by 2. Well, the 2 will go into the 140 70 times, and 2 goes into 4 2 times. So half of 144 is going to give you 72. And that's going to be meters squared. But we're not concerned about that because we're actually going for volume. So now all I have to do is add this 295 plus a 72, and that will give me my area down here. So let's go ahead and do that right up here. So I'm going to go ahead and write 295, and I'm going to add the 72 right on in there. And 5 and 2 is going to give you 7. And 7 and 9 is going to give you 16. Drop the 6, carry the 1. And 2 and 1 is going to give you 3. And right there we have it, 367. So let's come on up here, or actually down here, and write this again. Volume equals, and I lost my brain there for a second. Now I remember, 367. So 367, and that's going to get multiplied by the height of this, or the depth. Now, when I say height, I'm imagining that this face part was tipped up so that this is the bottom, and if going up to the top, that would be your height. In this case, you can think of it as depth. Depth and height you can think of really as the same thing, okay? So this is 12.5 meters deep. So we're going to plug in 12.5, and let's do our math right on over here. And we're going to take and do this, how about in red? And we've got 367, and we're multiplying that by 12.5. 5 times 7 is going to give you 35. Drop your 5, carry your 3. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 3 is going to give you 33. And drop the 3, carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus that 3 there is going to give you 18. And drop the 18, drop a 0, put an X in it, to hold the place value of this tenths column, right? Now we're on to 2. 2 times 7 is going to give you 14. Drop the 4, carry the 1. Then 2 times 6 is going to give you 12. Plus 1 is 13. Drop the 3, carry the 1. And 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Bam, perfect. Drop 2 zeros, put an X in both of those, because now you have come over 2 places, and that's to hold the place value for the tenths and the ones column, and now we're in the tens column, right? 1 times 7 is 7. Bam. 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 3 is 3. That was awful tricky. And now all I have to do is add these bad boys together. Here we go, 5 and nothing is going to give you 5. 4 and 3 is 7. And here we have 3 and 7 is 10, plus 8 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. And here we have 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9, right? Plus 6 is going to give you 15. Drop the 5, carry the 1. And 1 plus 3 is 4. And right here you've got 1 loop-a-doop, which means I go 1 loop-a-doop right there and add my decimal right there. And then I come over here and add my comma. And right there you have it, 4,587.5. But we're not quite done, because we need to put the final answer in. Our final volume equals 4,587.5, and that's meters, and it's cubed because we have 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. Super. Hey, that is how you solve this problem. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all, my friend. Pause that video, fix that mistake. That is your fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.